service.
Welcome to, that's loud, welcome to the Orange Blossom Social. I am your humble correspondent, Bobby Randall, along with the boss, the man, the myth, the legend, Dangerous Dave. Fast Eddie is here.
Morning.
Our producer, Captain Kurt, is here. Mike is here. And Heather Byers, our boss, is here. And we don't know where Roger is. But anyway, we're all here. The gang's all here. And look at this place, man. We got a big old audience this morning. Good morning, everybody. Y'all doing okay?
There are a whole bunch of donut fairies in the crowd, too. Not only the ones that came out back, there's a whole bunch over here on the table with coffee.
Help yourself with donuts and coffee over there to the right side, everybody. You're welcome to do that. And as we get underway, mostly this show is kind of about y'all. If you have questions, raise your hand. Mike will show up, and he'll give you a microphone so you can be heard, and you're welcome to ask anything. And we talk about that. Same goes with wherever you're watching on Facebook or wherever you're watching, YouTube or wherever you seem to be watching us. That's what we're here to do, is take your questions and answers, and we'll try not to tell any big lies. And we'll also, along the way, tell you what's going on here at the Orange Blossom Opry and what's been going on. Last week, what was it? Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die.
Yeah, they were here. That's the end of that. Okay.
No, I have to give a shout out to my buddy Brad, the drummer.
Yeah, how'd you guys know Brad? Because Chris knew him too.
Oh, we've known Brad. He's from the metro area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he and Chris used to play together in a band years ago. But then he's a Cowboys guy too. The Cowboys chain in Texas.
Yeah.
That's kind of, we all hung out, you know.
Yeah, he said he knew him and that he'd played in a band with him. When he said that he played for Johnny Lee too.
Yeah, he played for Johnny Lee. He played with the Bellamy Brothers for quite a while. He's in a bunch of the Bellamy's videos.
Brad is?
Yeah.
That guy? Yeah, well, I don't think I knew him. He seemed like he knew me, but I don't remember him. But anyway, nice enough fella.
Oh, yeah, great guy.
So that was going on. This coming weekend, everybody, a big show on Sunday. Sawyer Brown will be here. Two big shows on Sunday. Two big shows sold out. So if you don't have tickets, you are SOL, whatever that means. That means you're out of luck.
I'm out of luck.
Shoot out of luck for that show. However, I think the Simon and is it
Garfunkel?
Yeah, I called them Carbuncle. They didn't like that. But Garfunkel, man, you know that had to be a rough name when you're in the 6th grade. When you go to school and because remember people picked on you in 6th grade. If you had anything wrong with you, anything at all, I was real tall and skinny, and they called me Stick. That is how I ended up getting in many fights because I hated it. But can you imagine if your last name was Garfunkel?
Well, and his first name's Art.
Yeah, Art. Hey, Art. Although
Artie.
Artie. I went to school with a guy named Art. I'm still friends with him. Art Thayer was his name. He was the big upright bass player in the orchestra. Anyway, they'll be here. Simon and Garfunkel with their tribute songs, The Boxer, Mrs. Robinson, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and my favorite that these guys should have done last week, The Sounds of Silence. Do you know that not Art Garfunkel, but the other guy, Paul Simon, wrote most of those songs when he was like 20 years old, 21 years old. I think he wrote Bridge Over Troubled Water when he was 20 years old. Can you imagine
amazing.
that? Yeah, well, a lot of those guys write those songs when they're young, and I don't know. The only thing I wrote when I was 20 was, I think I wrote letters to my mom because I was in the Army. So, dear Mom, get me out of here, help, send money.
I think by the time I was 20, I had forgotten how to write because I'd been out of high school for a couple of years and been on the road with bands, so didn't have to do much writing.
Yeah, is your I never seen you write. Is your writing good?
No.
Mine's terrible.
Very bad.
Yeah, and do you know that that's a discipline thing? Because when you were first learning to write, if you would sit down and, of course, nobody tells you this when you're a kid, and practice and take your time. We could all have good penmanship, but I can confuse doctors with mine. If you look at doctors, I think they all do that on purpose. But Anyway,
We don't write anything anymore. All we do is text and type.
That's
yeah,
right.
nobody writes anything anymore.
Don't even have to spell anymore. You've got autocorrect.
Yeah, spell check. You have all of that. It doesn't have grammar check though.
No.
For some of you who have
There, and there.
who have bad grammar. Yeah, you have to straighten out the twos and the theirs and the how do you spell Polish and Polish? Same.
And live and live and
Yeah, all that.
for sale and for sale.
I never thought of that one.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Good morning, Eddie. How you doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, I heard you
I'm
had a
dragging. I didn't get until 2 in the morning.
He
Yeah,
made
yeah.
me
Kinda
super
like
jealous.
Kind of like your early days.
Yeah. Well, you went up to Jacksonville
It's a
yesterday
long ride.
and prayed to the Lord. What did you go up there to purchase? Because I know you didn't go up
you
there
know,
for
this
any
is-
other
our
reason.
world has changed. You know, I
No,
went up
your
to,
world.
My world has changed. I went up to buy, because it was my 45th REO Speedwagon show, I knew that it is now called the Kevin Cronin Band because he's not allowed to use the REO name. But I go up to buy it, wait in this line of 500 people, it seemed like,
Last night?
and they don't take cash. We are in a cashless society for merch.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that. Merch guys love cash.
Yes.
And I was like, what?
Well, that's probably why they don't do it because
So I had to go out and sell my body outside and come
Yeah.
get a debit card from some strange
right.
street
And you
person.
made
I was about
money?
to say I was about to say you went and sold your body for Zelle.
Nah.
Or for
I didn't do
Cash
that.
App.
I wouldn't get anything for that. But but I did get the new cool Kevin Cronin Band T-shirt.
So is REO Speedwagon touring?
No.
It's the same pretty much
It's
group.
the band, the group, but just with a different name.
Yeah, Kevin's not allowed to use the name anymore, even though he was.
Well,
the
who's
lead
using
vocalist.
the name?
No, nobody. It's
Kevin was the lead vocalist, but he was not the first lead vocalist. He wasn't the
Yeah,
original
correct.
member of the band.
correct. He joined in like '72. But
So what happened to the original guy? He croaked and took the name with him?
No, he just he wasn't really on any of the hits. You know, he was. They were still kind of a garage band kind of
underground
thing.
band.
They weren't really that big. But so that was kind of bittersweet to know that that's probably the last time I'm going to hear Riding the Storm Mountain Roll of the Changes.
Well, you've seen him 40, how many times?
45. Yeah.
I think you need therapy,
Since
Eddie.
'77.
I can't think of anybody I'd want to see 47
No, that song
times.
"Roll with the Changes" changed my life. It really did. You know, it's
But
a positive.
I mean, as cool as that show is,
Yeah,
you know who the opener was?
I don't.
Don Felder.
Oh, Feldner was the opener?
Yes.
And what I didn't know,
my all-time favorite Eagles guitar
I know
player.
him. a
we
little
knew
bit.
about Hotel California. He impressed me. I'd never seen Don Felder live. And the thing with Don Felder is you knew when he hit those guitar leaks on one of these nights and those other Eagles classics that you really didn't associate Don Felder with, you knew he was the guy playing the guitar on that song. Because when he would go into those guitar, you would have liked that, Bobby. You would have.
He was
when
the
he
man.
hit that exactly like the record.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like the old Sawyer Brown records with me.
Yeah.
But it's not very good, but you
You
know
knew,
it's
yeah.
me. What the hell? Yeah.
There's that mistake we had.
There
I'd rather
was
be
a-
recognizable than technically great.
I was recognizable.
Yeah,
no doubt. I played with
very
Feldner
cool.
a couple times. The first time I ever played Hotel California was with him.
Wow, very
Yeah.
cool.
There was this. We did this thing in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I did it for about 15 years, and it was a fundraiser. I don't even know how I got ringed into it, but they had a band, and it was an all-star band, and so it was me. And then Feldner was only there a couple of years, but I was the country guy. Chad Smith was the drummer, the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy. I can't think of his name now. I can't remember the other guitar player's name, but Feldner was the other guitar player. And then Joey, who's a guy who's come here before, was the drummer. And I'm sorry that I can't remember. Oh, I'll think of it in a minute. The keyboard player plays for Elton John, and I know him as I can see his name, but I can't think of it right now. Anyway, that's how I ended up playing with Feldner. It was just an all-star band we played, but it was pretty fun, and he was a pretty cool guy. I don't know if he'd remember my name or not. He might, but he was good, Eddie.
Yes, he was really good. He did a lot of those Eagles songs that you knew when you heard that guitar, you knew he was on that. He was on that record. I forgot about, Take It Easy and those that when you heard those guitar licks, you knew it was him. And Styx did a great job too. They headlined it, so it was.
And him and Joe Walsh were responsible for all the great twin lead
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
They showed a lot of clips with just him and Joel doing on the video screen.
Yeah.
But
No clips of Henley though, right?
No, no Henley clips.
No, I think this is all in being nice, without being a jerk. But Henley, who I love, I mean, I love the Eagles. Who doesn't love the Eagles? And is not a nice guy. He's just an angry man, and that's I hate that. It's disappointing because he's not a very sociable guy. Now, if he comes through the door over there, I'd be amazed. But he's only about that tall too, so he's not that. When they ask Vince Gill, who's the nicest guy in the world, who will talk to, I mean, he's the humblest, doesn't have a malicious bone in his body. When they ask him about that, how are you getting along out there with those guys? I think he just said something like, well, they're not too talkative. Or left it at that. A buddy of mine was out playing with Dwight Yoakam, and he was out playing bass, and he's passed away now, but I saw him, and I said, hey, man, how's it going with Dwight? And I was sitting with some people he didn't know, and he looked at them, he looked at me, and he just said, Dwight can be tough. Dwight Yoakam, same kind of guy. I don't know why people are like that. Why are they like that? Here's my question is, because they say, oh, man, he became a star, and then he became an asshole. Generally, I think you're an asshole first, and then you become a big star, and it just magnifies the intensity of your behavior.
One of my favorite things about hanging out with Bobby is when somebody comes up, like at the meet and greet line on Friday Night Lives or something, and they go, "Oh yeah, I saw you back in 1980, with Sawyer Red," and he's like, "Was I a jerk?"
I always ask people if I was a nice guy, but But you don't know if you're having a bad night. People don't know, whether you're sick, you don't feel good, or whatever the issue is. But I think I was always trying to be friendly kind of guy. I don't think anybody can ever say, boy, that guy was an ass. I don't think so. Anyway. All right, speaking of asses, Eddie, what do you got going on up there?
Well,
with
of course, I got my Kevin Cronin band shirt. But I figured, I got to bring something different. Now, everybody knows the Beatles in '64, how crazy the ladies went and everything. Why, I remember seeing it on black and white TV of why a lot of people became stars because they heard the screaming girls. Well, I got to experience it live in 1977 with the Bay City Rollers. That Roller Mania, the poster that's down here is this exact show that I went to in '77. I was only 17. I don't think I'm sure.
What was their song, Eddie? They only had.
Oh, Saturday Night is their biggest one, but they had a lot of. Believe it or not, they were really big, worldwide. They called it the Roller Mania, Bay City Rollers, and literally, I, as a 17-year-old, had never experienced screaming girls so loud you can't hear the music. They're getting up on stage. The bodyguards are ripping them off. I remember it like it was. And then when I left the auditorium, literally ambulances lined up for the girls that just got heat exhaustion, passed out. Now, I'm sure Elvis and Beatles and everybody has experienced, but I had never seen that in person.
I'm sure you remember their big hit was the SATURDAY.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's the biggest.
You know how they got their name? I heard that they took a dart and spun the globe and threw the dart. Captain Kurt, you can do that. You can look it up. And threw a dart, pew, and it hit the dart right next to my hometown. Right next to Midland, Michigan, is a little town called Bay City, Michigan. And that's the story that they tell up there. Now, I don't know, they could be...
And they're from Scotland. They're not from the States.
No, I know, they're from Scotland, but they spun the globe.
That makes sense.
And they threw a dart, and it hit...
I know, that was a wild, wild show.
You know who else is supposed to be from Bay City, Michigan? They also threw a dart, but it hit her right in the face. That was okay with me. But Madonna, I think, is from up there. He can look at that and see if. But Madonna was from Bay City, Michigan, or I believe.
She's from somewhere around there.
Well, all those people up there, they all tell those stories because you don't know if they're lying or not. Everybody does that. I see people on stage here all the time get up and lie. Say, well, I did this and I did that. And I went, bull, you didn't do that. What are you doing? Anyway.
Hey, we got to talk about the June shows. We've got all of them are BOGOs now.
Yeah, Bay City, Michigan. See, that's a true story. So the dart... about the dart in the
face.
in the face. We don't know about that. Who was that? Madonna or Bay City Rollers? Was that Madonna?
That was Madonna.
Oh, so Madonna is from Bay City, Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if she went to Bay City Central. That's what's wrong.
Bay
with
City
her.
Rollers always wore the tartan.
Yeah.
They're the ones
that
that
Scottish.
Yeah.
They're the ones that threw the dart, accordingly
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
spinning club. All right, Eddie. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the shows. We got tomorrow. We have this Thursday. We have a showcase. The showcases are winding down, everybody, because they're gonna go away here pretty soon.
And we have a great special.
And we have a special. It's called a Bro Grow.
BOGO.
It's right. If you'll grow what?
BOGO.
Oh, whatever. What Dave said.
BOGO.
Oh, it's a BOGO, which means.
I'm beginning to think the Catholic schools may have only got to 4th grade. Is that true?
Yeah, I did.
Nobody survived past 4th grade.
No, BOGO. So you buy one, you get one free for this Thursday. And it's
And-
only good for this Thursday, but if you do it for the last Thursday, which is that the Thursday before we go on? VACATION. Yeah, we're going to have a ball. They're BOGOs for both shows. I mean, but you got to buy, you can't buy one this week and make it work for next week. Or,
No, actually,
actually, that's
the
part-
Thursday before vacation is Classic Country.
Oh, it is?
But the Thursday before that is our final showcase before the end of the.
But can I buy
Season.
one for the first Sawyer Brown show and go see the second one?
Yeah, well,
No.
Okay.
just go ahead and do that, Eddie. And
You
anybody-
can't buy one for the first show or the second show.
Yeah.
It's sold
Oh,
out.
darn, I missed out.
They're sold out. For our last Classic Country show, though, y'all, that Emma girl's going to be here. Emma
Emma
Lane.
Lane.
Yeah, she's unbelievably good, y'all.
She
So-
just did a show opening for one of my old bosses,
Who was that?
Glenn Templeton.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Wow. Does she have a band or she just
No, she was just singing solo. And actually,
Tra-
he was doing solo too. So
tracks or?
I think she just does it with a guitar player.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't think she plays guitar. She's learning to play guitar, but I don't think she plays well enough to accompany herself yet.
Like Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, anyway, that's what's going on till
I can play a mean track, though.
to the end of the month. That's what's going on. Come to the Classic Country one, and only two. There's three, right? 3 Friday Night Lives left.
4.
4 Friday
Four
Night
Friday
Lives.
Night Lives.
Oh my gosh, we still got so much work to do. All right, 4 Friday Night Lives. Also, if there's any questions, you guys raise your hand because we just sit up here.
We only
and-
have 3 socials left. After
Oh,
today.
3 Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the social obviously will not be going on while we're on break. So it's going to be.
What are you going to do with the donut withdrawals that you have during that whole month?
I only eat one.
I've been freezing them, putting them in my freezer.
Yeah, you got his freezer packed full of donuts back there.
There you go.
I have, yeah, I only eat one. Everybody brings all the donuts, and I go through and pick out my best one. I probably need to lose a little bit of weight. I hate that, but so.
Fortunately for me, right now, I have a 16-year-old at the house that can
yeah.
eat multiples of everything.
Yeah, he'll eat the whole house if you're not careful. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. It says what time it is. Anyway, let's see. Then we come back. We come back. Is there anything I need
Yep.
to know?
Yeah, when we come back, we're going to have a brand new show on Thursdays.
Yep, brand new show on Thursday featuring Laura Kay. Everybody.
Center stage.
Everybody's excited about that. And
Featuring the OBO band.
the OBO band, that'd be us. It's going to be a great show, everybody, because I don't know how to get this without making somebody upset, but it's going to be great music, which I think the Orange Blossom Opry has been, I don't know, kind of noted for. Most of these shows that you see are real good. So what's going to happen on that Thursday is there's going to be great music, great singers. Our band will be here, but just that's all I have to say. Just come and check it out because it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be real different, but it's going to be really awesome. Question on Facebook, come on.
Nina has asked, Bobby, are you guys having the Damn Jam in September this year? Where'd it go? I sure hope so.
I don't have anything to do with the Damn Jam as far as, I mean, it's the Bobby Randall Damn Jam, but the promoters up there do that. Now, I can tell you this. I didn't go because I'm obviously here, but they had a meeting up there in our little county. For those of you who don't know, one of the dams gave out right in my hometown, and it blew out and it flooded my home little town, washed half the city out. And so the lake's been empty. I have a lake house that now looks like it's on an old overgrown baseball field. But they had a meeting, and what passed was, because they couldn't get money to fix the dam, they raised everybody's taxes. So my bill was $11,000. That's what I got. And so they probably won't do the dam jam anymore, because that's what that was. We would help raise money to repair the dam. And now they said, to hell with that. We'll just raise everybody's taxes. And so that may be the end of the dam jam, because now they figured out a way to pay for the dam. So if you want to send money to me, just send me money, because it's a little bit
We have some questions right up there.
on my tax thing. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. You have to say your name and where you're from.
You betcha, Bobby. My name is Mary Ann, and of course, I'm from the Villages.
No, you're not. Nobody's from there.
Oh, yes, I am in Priorly from
You were born
Wisconsin.
there?
No,
Oh,
not
Wisconsin.
really, but I was reborn there.
I got you. Good morning.
Say, Bobby, I gotta say three things. Number one, I appreciate your Friday nights. They have been spectacular.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And we brought guests. As a matter of fact, there were 8 of us last week, and everyone there is
Wow.
coming on back.
Wow.
Second thing is, you sat and sang a song 2 Fridays ago about how you got into the music. You were the music man.
Yeah.
And it's one of the finest pieces of music I've heard you sing.
Wow. Well, thank you.
I
You're very
hope we
kind.
hear you sing it again sometime.
Well, I get a lot of requests for that. We'll see. Yep. May.
Well, now the last thing I want to ask you is this.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a spectacular band, and I'd like to know, because you
Our light guy's a little weak.
you get along perfectly, and I'd like to know, how do you recruit this level of talent?
Well,
Luck.
well, you know, here's the thing, is I hope that the camaraderie reflects out to the people, because let me see. So when I came here, it was a different thing. Somebody else ran the band. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just telling you how kind of it was. So they had somebody else that ran the band, and they would pick whoever they could find. Hey, we need a guitar player, so they'd hire a guitar player. Hey, we need this, so they'd hire this. So a lot of the guys didn't know each other. They were just pulled in from the person running the band, as was I. I came in, the only guy I knew was the drummer, who was the guy who called me. So I come here. So when I got here, the first time I got here, I sat back there. I played pedal steel for a while. I was amazed that when I got done playing, I got up and everybody was gone. And I went, well, nobody said bye and nothing. And for a minute, kind of took it personal. I thought, man, these guys must not like me, or I don't know what the deal is. And then I realized that nobody liked anybody. And that's the truth. Everybody was pissed at somebody, and this and that and this and that. And it was a lot of drama. Well, then when I ended up taking over the front position, that's what was in my lap. So that went on. I played guitar. I finally talked Roger and Heather into let me hire a guitar player so I could be freed up to do other things. And we went through a couple guys, and it was at one time it got worse. And so that was, I was at one point ready to go, I don't know if I want to do this, because I don't have to do this. But if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. And so as we made some band changes and the new band came together, all of that old animosity and our guitar player, all that went away. And all of these new guys, of all our friends, we hang out together when we're not playing. Keith and Dave and myself, Dave, we ride motorcycle together. Even with Eddie, he rides in the...
Even just going to lunch, we go to lunch. Like we had a recording session yesterday, and then after the session, we all went to lunch.
Yeah, we all went to lunch, hung out, Dougie. So all of these guys are buddies and hang out. Davey and I went over and helped Dougie work on his house. I call Keith. He gives me a ride to the Harley shop. Dave, so we're all buddies, and we all hang around together. And if that's showing in our music and on our stage, I think that's awesome because that was not the case, and sometimes it was pretty miserable.
That's not the case in a lot of bands, actually.
Oh, well, the Eagles all hate each other, and the guys in Alabama, they all rode in separate buses, and there's a lot of that goes on. But
A lot of that's leadership. Comes from the top. Somebody sets the tone.
well, then I set the tone for if you're not a nice guy, your ass is out of here. As our last guitar player. Hello.
Yeah, Rich Winter from Vermont.
Good morning, Rich.
How you doing? And Bobby, Vermont is a state, and it's not a country.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that. I thought it was like Czechoslovakia.
Anyways, we brought two friends here last Friday night for the first time. They loved the show. All they could do was talk about it on the way back. And my one friend, Scotty, is from Miami.
Oh, yeah.
And he picked up on you and said, I know that guy. I know I've seen him play in Miami at least once or whatever. Have you ever thought that you ever did play in Miami?
Oh, I have several times. As a matter of fact, I can tell you, we played some big New Year's Eve thing in Miami once. And I had a room that was some high-rise room because I remember looking out of my room on New Year's Eve by myself, sitting in this beautiful hotel room with the outlook of the whole city and thinking, so this is what it's like. All by myself, sitting there. Yeah, we played down there a few times, yeah. Yeah, well, that happens occasionally. So if you have any questions, raise your hand, and we'll you get recognized a lot, Eddie, don't you? Because from that poster in the post office.
Yeah.
Yeah, people go by and go, I saw you in that.
Dead or alive.
Yeah, wanted, dead or alive. Yep, there you go. Mike will come find you. Hey, Captain, can you turn that mic down just a little bit? But they need to speak right into it. Stay right up on the mic, ma'am. Say your name and where you're from.
I'm Pam. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh yeah. I can tell you let's see, I can't remember the name of the hockey rink there, but it's green inside. Anyway, go ahead.
The Comets.
Hold your microphone right up there.
The Comets.
Yeah. Okay. What can we do for you? Good morning.
We were here on Friday night, and
You got that microphone. You got to talk right down the throat of. No, don't back up. You got to talk right down the throat of it.
we were here on Friday night.
There you go.
And Cage Boland was fantastic.
Yeah.
Gage, yeah.
And we had seen him in some of the showcase shows. The kid is just great. And when he sang Remember When,
Yeah.
he had such a soulful sound for his age. And
He's real good.
he was just fantastic.
He'll be here Thursday.
He'll be here Thursday.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We were at lunch yesterday, and I have to book the Thursday thing now, just temporary. I just got to get us to the break. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have anybody to sing. I'm trying to get these guys to sing. And Gage went to lunch. We were in the studio with Gage yesterday and recorded some songs on him. And I said, well, I'll sing. So he's coming to sing on Thursday if anybody's interested. And he is really good.
I have one request.
Yes, ma'am.
If sometime you could fit it in, if you could sing Don't Let the Old Man In.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't like that?
Well, you know what? Here's what happened is, and I'm friends with Toby Keith. We had the same manager, and none of that matters. But I heard him sing that song, and then I heard that song and kind of paid attention to it. And I came here, and I sang it, and it was a real big deal because hardly nobody had heard it. Now everybody sings that song. Anytime you go somewhere, anytime there's an old duffer in the band, he says, don't let the old man. So I kind of quit singing it. But I've had people ask me for it. So maybe we'll do it this weekend. How's that? When you coming again, I'll sing it for
Friday.
you. You're going to be here Friday?
Friday.
All right, listen, you show up Friday night. I'll put it on the set list. Okay. And just, $25, $30. It'll get it done. I'll get it done, babe. I'm telling you. $100.
She was one of the ones that brought donuts for Outback.
Bobby.
Oh, $20 is $20.
$20 will get it done, and $100 will get it. I'll walk right out and sit in your lap and sing it right to you.
But he doesn't take cash anymore. It's a debit card only.
Cash app.
You know why they do that, don't you, Eddie?
Nah.
I do because
taking over.
No, because I was in that business for a while, the T-shirt business, and people. They steal.
Yeah, Dave's done that, right? Not stealing, but I mean he's done the merch, merch stuff. Yeah,
you work merch stuff.
Yes, oh yes.
It's like for a brief time in my life, I owned a bar, for about 2 years, maybe 3. I built this, but anyway. The worst thing was, I thought I'm a pretty smart guy, you know, and I could not outsmart waitresses stealing. It's like, I'll be damned if they couldn't figure out. I mean, I put this, okay, we'll do this. Here's your bank. You get a bank. I mean, there's a million ways to steal when it's cash, and they had it all figured out. That was the worst thing. So that's one of the reasons they don't do that, because you're dealing with a lot of cash, and, you know, it just, guys slide 20 in, guy do this and that. Especially in those big arenas like that, they have people that don't work for them. Like, they hire people to work to sell it, and so that's why they don't deal in cash.
I have another question out front.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Bobby.
Good morning.
Dave, this is Lorinda from the Villages.
Hi, Lorinda.
And I have a question for Bobby.
Yes.
Of all the bands that you've been in, is there one favorite song that you have that you sing on a Friday Night Live?
I mean, a favorite.
From any of the bands that you've played with?
I don't know. I liked all the, you know, kind of all the music. I don't really have a favorite. All of them are favorites to me. I'm just a music guy. So if this is a little bit selfish, but if I don't like a song, we don't play it. So that's a little bit selfish. But we pick our songs by the popularity of the songs, meaning a lot of times, guys, people have brought me songs, and I go, you know what, that song's not very big. I want everybody in this auditorium to know the song we're playing. That's the key to being successful at that, because you start playing a bunch of songs they don't know, and you're going to lose their attention. It doesn't matter how good you are. You can play, here's a song I wrote, and it may be amazing, but you people are here to hear music that you connect with. So we're kind of like the tribute band of everybody.
But
Right.
that's a good lead-in to kind of what's going to happen on Thursdays. You know, we're hoping that we can get the excitement of Friday Night Live to happen on Thursdays. And I got a funny feeling you're going to see some real changes in the sense, good changes. Laura's amazing. You know, the people she's going to have singing is going to be amazing. Hopefully, I'll have a different look to the stage than what we normally have.
Well, hopefully, too, the light guy will do something.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Oh, I got some tricks. I got some tricks that came in the mail. I got some new toys.
Here's what I'll say about Thursday night, and then I want to let it go. We all collectively are going to bring the music, the level of music, up a level. And that's why you guys come to see Friday Night Live. That's why people come to see Sawyer Brown. That's why they come to see the different shows they come to see, because of the level is up here, music is up here. The single, it's great. The Orange Blossom Opry, no offense to anybody that's here, well, it hasn't always been like that. When I first came here, it was kind of like, you know, some of those things were questionable, what was going on. I just said, well, it's not like that anymore. You know, Roger and Heather made a lot of changes here in the entertainment, and most of the entertainment that comes in here is top-notch stuff. And so we felt that that's what we need to do to Thursday nights.
One of the cool things that I'm really looking forward to with the new center stage is it's going to be we'll actually get to feature the singers.
Yeah.
They won't just do one song; they'll get to do multiple songs, and you'll get to see their talent on display. You know.
Yeah, well, it's simple, you guys. If you find a great singer and marry him or her to a great song and a good band, and you got a winning thing. There's no way to lose at that. So we'll have great singers singing great songs, and there's no way, you know, people have to like it because it'll be awesome. And I don't think Thursday nights have been quite up to where this is going to be. So it's going to be a pretty big deal. Going to be some big changes, and Laura Kay herself is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think you just hit a nerve, and I think that should be our kind of theme for Thursdays is bring it, because I think that's what everybody's looking forward to, bringing it. Yeah, we bring it on Fridays, and I think that's what's going to happen on Thursdays. We're going to bring it.
Here we go.
Don't know
Hi,
what-
Terry
morning.
from St. Louis. So this past Friday night, you guys tore it up. I don't know if it was because Gage was here and you really wanted him to feel comfortable and excited, but you really tore it up. And I've always noticed that you guys always get along. I was wondering if Dave plays the piano, because when he's not featured playing the guitar, he's always helping Chris play the piano.
Oh, I like to help.
Yeah. Help is a big word for there. More like distracting.
No, I mean, I know the basics of it. Because I went to school for music. I know basic keyboard theory, but I don't play.
But there's a lot of-
my fingers don't work this way. They only work this way.
There's a little bit of prankster stuff that goes
Well,
on.
you
So
know.
you got to
Help is a big word.
Yeah.
I'm being helpful. Sometimes he just needs an extra low D. You know.
It's a low D. Yeah. Speaking of that, one of the little, I don't want to say gifts, but one of the coolest things for me is, when I first got started in the music business, I had a couple people that helped me. And what I mean is Kenny Rogers put our band out in front of 25,000 people a night and all across the country and the world for almost 2 years. I can't do that, obviously, for anybody. But there were other people that helped me. And I've always been a person that's tried to help people. And what the platform of the Orange Blossom Opry, it's not that, but it has helped a ton of people. I've watched a bunch of these kids grow, not only from coming out here and going, oh, ain't she cute? And she's singing, and it's like, yeah, she's cute, she's a kid, get off the stage. Watching kids like that all of a sudden become and start to develop their talent and start right here at the Orange Blossom Opry. And so, they have an opportunity to come and play with a great band. And I'm not saying that, but these guys have all played with major acts, everybody. So they're going to help these kids too. They're out to help them. So Gage come out here. Nobody else notices this but me. But, we listened to Gage sing Common Man, and it was all unbelievable. It was like, holy mackerel, man, he sounded so good doing it. But what you all didn't listen to is old Dangerous Dave here had not only every lick on that record, but the exact guitar tone of that song.
Love that song.
And the track sounded just like the record. So now that's a pretty cool thing for anybody. But then Gage is and I've watched some of these kids like Ty Love start to take off and do well with their career. KDO started singing here. Macy Mack started singing here. A lot of these kids kind of start here. And
we have more coming up too,
Yep.
like Eileen is doing really well. And
yeah, all these kids come here and
Chloe Grace. And
what an opportunity. I never had this opportunity. I had to start in a damn beer joint, and so I started learning to drink whiskey at 14 and fight and play guitar in a beer joint. I didn't have this, so what a great opportunity this is also for kids.
we have a couple more questions, one online and one here.
Let's
We'll
take
go here.
Facebook first. They've been waiting the longest.
Okay.
Come on, Captain.
So Terry Puffer asked, Bobby, do you know of any Nashville talent scouts that watch the Orange Blossom Opry?
I don't believe that there are talent scouts. I believe
I know a
there's-
lot of Nashville talent watches this show.
Yeah, I know a lot of people watch the show, and I've had a couple producers that I know watch somebody. I said, hey, would you tune in and watch this person or check some of this stuff out? We got Ty hooked up with Wade Hayes, and he's up to Nashville and writing with a couple of pretty powerful writers. Wade Hayes, none of y'all know this, but he was here last week, and he flew here on Sunday just to write with Ty Love. They're sat in the back room all Sunday morning and in the afternoon to write songs. So that all, again, that would never happen if not for the Orange Blossom Opry. Never in a million years would something like that happen. So the many cool things that are happening with these kids that we're able to, mentor or kind of get going. To me, man, that's just an awesome thing, and thanks to the Roger and Heather for letting them, because, some of these kids start out, they're a little bit, whoa, come on, and then all of a sudden, Gage steps up. Gage has been coming here a couple years, I think.
Yeah.
And he was okay, when he first stepped up there, he was a kid and everything, and all of a sudden, he's just starting to come into his own. He's amazing. Yes, ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. Kathy Winter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
We love the new songs you've been doing, and it's also nice to hear some songs that you used to do a couple years ago and haven't done in a while. My question is there any particular song that comes to mind that you love, but you just couldn't do, other than Beyonce or Madonna songs?
Oh, he loves Beyonce.
We've I think the band is selective. For me personally, there's been a couple songs that I've wanted to sing, and then I sing them and go, I suck. I'm not singing, and I pass it on to somebody else if it's a great song. And there's also been songs that we said, you know what, we better not attack that.
Try that one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, one of them is, we sing Seven Bridges Road a couple times, and the people go crazy, but we know it's not very good. We all know, oh boy, So there's a song that we get lots of requests for. We've tried to tackle, and maybe we should just do something else. And it's not because, just you can't do everything. There's some things that we say, oh, we best not do that song. And we've worked up a couple songs with our band that we played a few times, and we've all collectively said, we don't play that. We don't play that. We don't sound good, and so we don't do it. So we dump it from the list because we're probably our worst critics, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
That's what I'd say. So, yes, ma'am. Question over here.
Good morning.
Howdy, howdy.
I'm Jean.
Hi,
I'm from
Jean.
the Villages, originally from New Jersey.
Jersey.
Yep,
You
Jersey
don't-
girl.
You don't say.
I had a question for you regarding a group that I think is phenomenal. I don't know if you've ever heard them. They're called the Doo-Wop Project.
I have
They-
not.
I wrote a letter to the people at the Villages one time, and I asked them if they would consider having them. These guys have been on, they've had 2 PBS specials. One guy just recently left the band. He's on Broadway. They're phenomenal. They don't call themselves a tribute band, but they sing other people's songs. And I would invite you to watch them on YouTube. They are one of the best bands I've ever seen.
And it's all doo-wop music?
No.
Oh.
They do other people's, they do other than doo-wop. They've just recently changed the songs in their show. I haven't seen the new show. But they did put them in the Sharon in the Villages, probably because I recommended them.
Gotcha.
And I would invite you to go watch them, see how fabulous they are, and I would love to see them here.
Okay. I don't book the place. I don't do that. We have an agent out of Nashville that books the place, and he's probably, if he's watching, check it out.
I'm going to look them up. I just looked up their Facebook page, and they look pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Question on Facebook.
Facebook.
What's up with the Christmas show?
Man.
Oh.
Don't even talk to me about that.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Who
we're
asked
trying
that
to get,
question?
We're trying to get Thursday off the ground.
Yeah.
Daryl, I lost it. It was Daryl something.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a funny
Block
joke, but
him.
I sure can't use it. I got a funny joke, but I cannot use it. Yeah, here's what I can tell you. The name of the show is going to be The Magic of Christmas. And that could mean anything, like magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
That could mean whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Come on with the questions.
There's nothing in my hat.
Like Eddie said, we're trying to get Thursday night off the ground right now.
That's Christmas, man.
This
We
one's
can't
from
think of that.
Bernadette Smith. Bobby, any chance you will play more harmonica?
Oh, yeah.
I suck. And
No, he doesn't.
And blow. Well, I play the harmonica when it's in the song. Well, it is a blow and suck thing. You, that's what you do. That's how you play that instrument. Yeah, I mean, I play enough to get by, and I play it when the song.
Maybe one of these Friday Night Lives before we go on break, we'll do a mini blues set.
We could do that.
And then we
Play
could throw in your cigar box guitar.
Oh yeah, I
We
want to
still
work
gotta
on
do
that.
that.
Yeah, Roger's wanting that. One of those blues guys gave me a cigar box thing. Maybe I'll try it this week. I just need some time to sit down with it for a couple minutes by myself and
It's only got 3 strings, so how hard can it be?
How hard can it be? Right. Well, yeah,
Have a
maybe
question
so.
up front.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Dave from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And just a sidetrack.
Kenny Evans shirt, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
I play golf with about 16 guys.
Yes.
They know I'm an OBO groupie.
Yeah.
My nickname now is Dangerous.
Oh, is it?
Nice.
Are you dangerous on the golf course?
I can be, yes.
Yeah, me too. That's why I don't golf anymore.
If
Anyway,
he's from
yes, sir.
Pittsburgh, he's
But anyhow,
lying.
you talk about your camaraderie. I want to acknowledge the humbleness from all your people, not only upstage, everybody here when you walk into the parking lot.
Yeah.
It is a great place to come. And I don't know if you people really realize how happy you make some of us feel.
Oh, thank you.
We're
That's
here.
good to know.
Yep. I think, again, Roger and Heather understand what this is. Every one of you folks are different personalities, and dealing with all y'all, some people come here and can be difficult. Trust me, they want to be. And so I think everybody here, I try to treat everybody the same. I think that's what they do. We treat everybody with respect. We know that you work hard or have worked hard for your money, whatever the case may be. In Eddie's case, he's bankrolled.
There's always got to be one.
Bankrolled by.
There's always got to be one.
Yeah, by somebody. Anyway,
Can I have one request?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll be here.
Unless it's cut my hair.
I'll be here Sunday, but I'll be here the last 3 Fridays.
Oh, okay.
If you could work in The Devil Comes Down to Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you got to go to the dump for that one, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I was at the dump yesterday again. I am the local official fiddle player at the dump.
Do all the crows come running saying, "Play devil, play devil"?
No, but I got a weird story to tell you all that's awful different from that. Anyway, yes, ma'am. Question, come on.
Hi, I'm Sandy from Chicago.
Hi, Sandy.
We've been coming to the Orange
Is that
Blossom.
Scott? That's not Scott, is it? You look like a guy I went to school with, and I've been
That
looking
is
at
so
you.
funny. That's
and his
my
wife's,
brother.
And his wife's name's Sandy too. And I thought, anyway, okay, yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Anyways, we've been coming for about 25 years to the OBO.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to see the morph, how
Yeah.
much things have morphed over the years and how professional it is now. My question comes straight out of, if you play the Charlie Daniels, Devil came down from Georgia.
Went down.
Would you? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Would you share for people who don't know on Friday night about your bow?
Yeah.
Where you got that from?
Yeah, I will.
Thank
We'll put it. Are you coming this Friday? No. All right. Next Friday? No more Fridays. The last one. Okay, I'll try to remember that to put it in the last show. I played with Charlie Daniels, and I was pretty good friends with him. And one time, when he said I played his fiddle, he stopped and called me from the back. I was just standing in the back and walked out, and he handed me his fiddle. I'm going, ah! And anyway, and when I left, he said, "Why don't you take that bow with you?" I said, "I sure will." I still have it. That's the bow I usually use most of the time. So, all right. If we have any more questions, raise your hand, and we'll let you know. Come on. Yes, ma'am?
It's me again.
It's all right.
So, how did the cowbell thing get started with Dougie? And do you regret selling the bells now in the store?
Oh, that's a bad question. That's a loaded question.
I don't regret. No, the staff, the management, all those people, they don't regret the cowbell, but I make fun of it. So it started. I can't remember what the song was. Was it All Right Now? It was Shaky Ground. It was one of these songs that we worked up. Well, there's absolutely no steel guitar in it. There's no fiddle in it.
No banjo.
And no banjo, which are the instruments Dougie play. Davey and I had both of the guitar parts covered, and Dougie had said, "I don't. What do you want me to play, Bobby? I don't know what we're going to play in here." And the song had cowbell in it, and I said, "Well, Dougie, play the cowbell." And everybody knows the cowbell skit that was on Saturday Night Live. I said, "But don't go out there and just stand back here." I said, "Own it. Go out there and make a big deal of it. Just go out there and be crazy." Well, you don't have to tell.
He regrets that.
Yeah, you don't have to tell Dougie to be crazy, because he'll be nuts.
Come out of his shell.
So he comes out, and now it's turned into that. Now they sell the little cowbells here, and it's really more of a joke, than anything. But he plays it on the songs that we need to, and comes out and makes it, because he really doesn't have anything else to do. So we kind of make a big deal of it.
Can I ask you? I know that the history of the Opry. This was a gymnasium at one time, right?
I've been told.
So
it is.
What's the history of how it got to be OBO from that?
As best I know, it was a gymnasium, because there's an old school next door, and this was the gymnasium. So the ceiling's up there in the high, and the gym was this way. As to exactly how it came about, there was a guy, I'm just generalizing, there was a guy that bought this place who had an idea put shows on in here, country music shows. My mom and dad used to come to Florida a lot, and there was a lot of these kind of little places around here. There was a place my dad and mom used to play called Hillbilly Junction or Cowboy Junction. There was a couple of places like that, so that guy had that idea to do that here, I believe. And then there was another lady that took, I don't know any of these people, and who took over the place and kind of had the same idea and tried to advance it a little further, but only was able to go so far. And then Roger bought it, and then he owned it a little while before I got here. I think he was a couple years before I got here. And when I came here, by then they were bringing in, not a lot, not like they are now, but they were bringing in some country music acts and a couple smaller things, this and that, and they had a band that was here. But it was nothing like this. And then, Roger we sat down one day and we were talking about, what are we doing? What do you want to do? And we kind of shared a bunch of ideas and said, well, if you want to do this, you got to do that. Well, if you want to do that, you got to do this. And everything it came together, and now it's this. And there's I don't know what's under the floor.
It's a shuffleboard is what he said. There was a shuffleboard right here.
I have pictures of it.
Shuffleboard underneath where we are?
Yeah.
Where the stage is, yeah.
It's still there. There's underneath when we tore the stage up. Yeah, there's a whole shuffleboard court underneath the stage. Yeah.
We have another question here.
Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Question.
It's not actually not a question. It's Joycey Girl again.
Yes.
Today's an anniversary for me. Almost 4 months to the day, I was here buying tickets for Sawyer Brown.
Yeah, did you get them?
I collapsed, broke my leg, broke my ankle, and broke my toe. They took me to the hospital. I made my husband stay here to get the tickets.
Awesome.
I did get them, but today is the first day that I'm actually back to the podcast.
What's your name?
Gene.
All right, Gene. And what show will you be at?
Friday night.
No, I mean Sawyer Brown.
Oh, the Sawyer Brown will be there at the evening show.
Nice.
Okay.
And we'll be here Friday night, too.
I need to remember that. I'll see if that's quite the story.
So we've been watching you on TV. Actually, we've been here a couple of times, but when we couldn't come, I watched on TV. I love the show. I love you guys. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
It's really a family affair.
Yeah, well, you're
Thanks
awesome.
a lot.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're actually coming close to the end here. And real quick before we do, one thing I do want to mention is everybody online that's watching, whether you're watching YouTube or you're watching Facebook, make sure you're sharing our page and liking and commenting, because the more that you like, comment, and share and subscribe to our pages, the more it gets the algorithm out and it suggests it for other people and brings more people in to watch our shows, and that's how your community grows.
Excellent.
And part of that is, like I said, we have our new app, the Orange Blossom Opry app.
Sell it, Dave.
It's free. You can download it, and on the app you can buy your tickets right there. We have some great shows coming up. But important thing coming up is 2 weeks from today, which is the 17th.
Vacation.
What? No, not yet.
No.
2 weeks from today.
You got extended.
The shows in the fall the tickets for the shows they're going to be going on sale June 17th. So, and if you have the app,
before the break.
Yeah, right before the break.
And you can do all that on your app, right?
And
yeah, you can buy the tickets right there.
Yeah, the August shows are all on sale now.
Yeah, but the September shows go on sale June 17th. And the August shows, we have some really cool new shows coming in. We have a George Strait tribute.
Boys in the Band, let's just read it down. The Alabama Tribute and John Denver coming. George Strait Tribute, who's a different guy from last year. Garth Brooks, who Sean is amazing. Shania Twain, everybody's going to be crazy about her because it's Shania Twain. And then in September, we do our Rocktoberfest stuff.
And that's when the tickets are going on sale here in 2 weeks.
So in 2 weeks, you can buy your tickets for all of that stuff. I got a buddy coming. It's called The Rock Show on September 6th, if you're a rock and roll guy. He loves all that. Linda Ronstadt, Bruce Springsteen, Skynyrd Tribute, ELO, ZZ Top, Moody Blues, Tom Petty Tribute, Bon Jovi Tribute, lots of trivia. And all of this information you can find on your app and on the website as well.
We have to give a special shout out to a viewer online.
Yep.
Cousin Mitchell.
Oh, it's Mitchell. Hey, Mitchell, watching. Hey, buddy.
He's watching, and he wants you to know that there are 4 Friday Night Lives left.
Oh, yeah, he knows it. Hey, and you know, I should say something before we go. I got my notes mixed up here somewhere. But there was a, oh, shoot, I really wish I could find that. Just give me 1 second here to find this. Yeah, Keith Moore, who's a longtime friend, Friday Night Live season holder. I did not know Kenneth, but I guess he has passed away. And the OBO sends our condolences to his wife, Kathy, and his family. And also a friend of mine and a friend of the Opry, Lori Morgan's husband, Randy, passed away. He had a couple issues, and he passed away a couple days ago. It was pretty devastating for that. I knew Randy.
Kenny was a really great guy. Sat in the front row in Section 3, Navy,
Keith
retired.
Didn't. He did?
Good guy. Yeah.
He was a good guy. All right. Well, our condolences from the OBO to his wife and family. We got time for a couple more questions if you have. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You played Dire Straits last week in your rock and roll section.
We did.
Do you play more Dire Straits?
We don't.
Okay, is it because you don't like it?
No, it's not because I don't like it. It's because if you were to talk to my wife, she would tell you that it took a month of me sitting home every day playing that song, trying to learn every one of those licks off that record.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. And we messed around with money for nothing, but but it takes two things. First of all, it takes a guy to be able to sing that, which is Randy, who's able to pull that off, and then it was a lot of practice for me to work that. And here's the thing, and it happens from time to time, but I have that whole song memorized as just this and that and this and that. And if any time, anywhere I go off the rails with one of those, then I'm done. It just goes in the tank. So
well, with your talent, I think you can do it.
Straight in the ditch.
Your talent is outstanding. How about some Carlos Santana?
Well,
I've got some ideas on that.
Yeah,
I've had a whole bunch of requests for Santana.
Right.
Basically, there's a couple of them that Keith and I have talked about it a little bit. So maybe when we come back from break, because we're going to have the Rock the OBO series coming up, maybe we could put some Santana on for some of those shows.
Hey, listen, if you are a Santana fan, November 15th, I know that's a long way. But there's a band coming here called Soul Sacrifice, and
they're amazing.
They're amazing. If you like that kind of stuff, I do. They're awesome. So lots of tribute bands, lots of different things coming this year. And
be looking for them tickets coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. And get the app because you can find out everything you need to know about the app, right?
Yeah, it's right there
on the app.
There's all kinds of cool features on the app. There, you can watch replays of this show on the app. You can see all the shows that are coming up, actually make purchases.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to make sure that there's a link to the request page so they can send the requests in off of the app.
Yeah. Well, we have a song request thing. It's called Song Request at obopry.com, where people can send in songs if you want to do that. It's an email and it comes right to me. But I've had people send 20 songs. Here, how about all these? Send in a song if you have a suggestion. If it's something we can do, we'll try to work it out. We try to do it if it fits into the band. We kind of play all over the chart. So, but we try to work up new songs every Friday night. So that's always something new. Don't forget this Thursday, Gage Bolin will be here. Everybody and
the BOGO tickets.
And the BOGO tickets. Tickets are buy one get one free. And who's that dude coming named Jeff? What's his name? Jeff what?
Jeff Slentz.
Man, Jeff, you guys, he's awesome. You need to come see him because he's awesome. That's this Thursday.
Very, very good singer.
And everybody's kind of singing. So lots of things going on here at the Orange Blossom Opry. As always, God bless all you folks that come out here, man. The Tuesday's turning into a bunch of folks showing up.
Eat donuts on the way out.
Grab you a donut.
Grab you a donut on the way out.
And Val made coffee, too. So.
Yep.
Nice.
Come see us here at the Orange Blossom Opry. There's the Flatlanders Gift Shop. There's a Tin Roof Cafe. We feed you. We can put you in T-shirts, and we can entertain you. We can do it all for you right here at the Orange Blossom Opry. God bless the United States. God bless you all. And come see us at the Orange Blossom Opry. Why? You'll be glad you did. Good night, everybody. Thank you.